Elon Musk just exposed to the world the foreign influence campaign that's been going on Twitter this whole time.
MAGA is freaking out right now because Twitter, which prefers to identify as X, released this new feature in which you could actually see the country of origin of an account. And it's now being revealed that a lot of these MAGA accounts out there with hundreds of thousands of followers that have a big influence online are actually based in other countries.
Well, that's not very surprising to me. What about you?
Not surprising at all. I've been online for the past decade, seeing it happen in real time, and here we are, just more proof. But this one's pretty funny how just it leaked out like that.
You almost have to think, did he do this on purpose? Or was he just, not trained enough on his own launch that he didn't know what was going to happen? But I don't think there's any coincidence in the fact that a few months ago, we found out that a bunch of bot farms were being harvested in other countries. And those were all the people spewing the hate and sowing all the discord in our comment sections. And then when this farm got exposed, all of that stopped. But where things get a little bit spooky now, though, is that we found out that the official DHS blue check account on Twitter that is supposed to be run by the White House is being run out of Israel. And so my question is, if they're doing this on the official Twitter account, what else are they messing with?
So I could literally go through like 1,000 of these accounts, but I'll show you just a few. Like this account, America First Verified. Well, turns out this account is based in Bangladesh. How about America Man, based in Indonesia? What about MAGA Nadine over here? Oh, it's probably some dude based in Morocco. Okay, Mary Tiles, Texas, you sure post a lot of pro-MAGA stuff online. Oh wait, you're from Russia? Interesting. Like I said, I could keep going and going. Nigeria. This is a major account that always gets Elon Musk's attention. This is based in India. This Ivanka Trump fan account based in Nigeria. This big MAGA account is based in Papua New Guinea. This one's from Serbia. Ultra MAGA Trump 2028, Nigeria. Dark MAGA Coin, Thailand. The MAGA Beacon, South Asia. MAGA Nation, Eastern Europe. Aaron Trump News, Eastern Europe. I think this definitely confirms what a lot of us thought but couldn't definitively prove.
Exactly. I mean, this goes back, 10 years ago, I would get those bot post that was like, here's a mug for your liberal tears. We all remember that. That went on and on and on. And yeah, we just continue to see this unusual activity that's bots on our comments. But I think what is actually really alarming, it's not really surprising that all these ridiculous over the top accounts that they just went through are bots. But what is most disturbing to me is, what don't we know about what's going on behind the scenes and the foreign influence going on? And I know that sounds conspiratorial, but I don't think it is anymore when we're starting to see all this stuff leak out. And remember how you said that what Elon Musk's motivation was? Well, I saw somewhere that he was mad at Trump for something, so he did that. Who knows? And that's the other thing too. These petty men are behind these very important apps that determine the future of our politics and the way our government goes. And it's extremely disturbing and alarming that petty men are ruling it.
Yeah, I think we should end on the note that Dominion voting machines were purchased by a Republican company. And I think this is something that we definitely need to keep our eyes on as we head into the midterms.
Absolutely. And let's just keep watching this space. And I think people watching need to look for news items about that and speak out about it where you see it, because this affects our everyday lives.
Marjorie Taylor Greene is out of here.
I refuse to be a battered wife, hoping it all goes away and gets better. If I am cast aside by the president and the MAGA political machine and replaced by neocons, big pharma, big tech, military-industrial war complex, foreign leaders, and the elite donor class that can never, ever relate to real Americans, then many common Americans have been cast aside and replaced as well. I'll be resigning from office, with my last day being January 5th, 2026. And I look forward to seeing many of you again sometime in the future.
It's the battered woman analogy for me. I mean, come on, be so for real. Yes, there are people who are posting. We talked about this the other week. Oh my God, how am I agreeing with Marjorie Taylor Greene? You're just agreeing with her about something simple, like there shouldn't be a pedo ring that government members are a part of, right? I mean, aside from that, this woman says in this, we didn't play the whole thing for you because we're not that mean, but she goes on and on about how she was behind Trump, behind America First. This is not her coming to our side of the fence. In fact, you have a really interesting theory about where she's headed.
Yes. What we know that she has been cast out from the House of Trump. We know that she wanted to run for senator and her bid was not, it was rejected. They didn't want her to do it. I think she is doing a rebrand and she is going to try and launch her own third party MAGA America First movement. I think this is just the very beginning of what we're going to see. She had a lot of time off during all of those weeks that they were closed. She very obviously had some plastic surgery done. And if you notice, she is appearing as this way watered down version of the psycho that we've been watching for all the years that she's been in the house. So this is not a coming to Jesus moment. This is not her seeing the error of her ways. This is definitely politically motivated, and I'm not buying any of what she's trying to sell in that video.
Yeah, I mean, I always think about the night of former President Biden's State of the Union address, where he responded to her like he was seeing a horror show or a clown show when she had her big ass red hat.
We remember yelling. We remember the images.
Yeah, and the red hat and his response.
Look over here.
That's who she really is. It's just that she, like you said, she's been banished from the House of Trump. Well, she's going to start her own house. 100% agree. She definitely got plastic surgery, and she also got a revamp in her political agenda. I think she was talking to Tucker Carlson. I think she was talking to Candace Owens. Let's not forget that she was talking to probably Nick Fuentes. And remember the alt-right? I think they're going to start a MAGA alt-right. Because, I mean, everything from, I think a lot of them, like Loomer's mad about Trump's weird scene with Mamdani and the Oval. There's a lot of things that are happening that's pushing them in a different direction. And just because Trump is going to be gone one day from the Oval Office, there's going to be this legacy. And I think Marjorie Taylor Greene sees herself as the next big leader of the new iteration of the MAGA movement. So let's not rejoice too quickly, but it'll be nice not to have her in the house. That's for sure.
Yeah. I hope she enjoys that pension she's retiring 3 days after she gets.
She's going to take that pension. She's going to start her own podcast. She's going to write a book, and
100%.
She's writing a book. And she's probably going to run. I'm going to put it out here, run for president. She's going to think about it. I can't run for Senate. I'm going to run against your boy JD or whoever's going to be the one he tries to crown as his successor. She's running for president. I mean, let's put a little pin in this. On November of 2025, I said she's running for president, and I don't think I'm the only one who's guessing that right now.
That's a hill you're willing to die on.
I will die on that hill, even though I don't want to see it happen.
We are always hearing about the male loneliness epidemic, but sincerely, I think Gothic Brat Winter is proving that theory otherwise.
Goth Brat Winter isn't coming. It's already here. The historical context of this is the movie Wuthering Heights and the amazing soundtrack that's going to come out with that Charlie XCX has already released a couple songs from. It's so good. And it's not just my vibe. It's our collective female vibe for heading into this winter.
Women are such complex creatures, but at the end of the day, we're very simple. And our reaction to movies like Frankenstein, where this monster that has zero verbal communication is giving this woman a leaf that is going to change her life and the way that she feels about him irrevocably, we don't want much. We keep seeing these articles and hearing these statistics about women in our age bracket who don't want to be married. And we saw one the other day that potentially by the year, 2036, however many percentage of women in this age bracket aren't going to be married. But I don't think it's that women don't want to be married. I think it's that we are wanting men to arrive and perform in the way that they are being portrayed in film. They don't show up like that in real life, but everything culturally that we're watching points to women do want romance. Women do want love and relationships, and men are just not meeting us in this moment.
Yeah, there's a misunderstanding about the decentering men movement that's been going on for a while. It's not that we don't women who like men. It's not that we don't like men. It's not that we don't want to be in romantic relationships with them. It's that we don't like the current state of the way men are treating us and themselves, right? Because it's a lack of respect for yourself when you're not respecting the women that you're dating or potentially trying to date. And so what women, because for so long economically, women were dependent on men to literally freaking survive. Now we've been able to thrive on our own, not just survive, but thrive. And so we can be more, they call it picky or selective. I say it keeping ourselves safe. Because what happened for a long time is that women put their safety on the line so they could be economically secure. And now, as we enter Goth Brat winter, as we enter the year of the horse, we are shedding the skin of the previous year where we were looking and reassessing where we were as women collectively and kind of laughing at this whole trope of this theory of the male loneliness epidemic. And in the past, we might have felt guilty, like, man, are we making men lonely? No. That's not the problem. You're just scratching at the surface right here. And it's not our responsibility. It never should have been to help men, right? And so right now, as we enter Goth Brat winter, what are some surefire signs that we are entering Goth Brat winter? Well, for one, the Wuthering Heights movie, the vibe of that. But I think also, like, I always like to look at art because that art is a response to the political, economic, cultural climate. So what else are you seeing, Vanessa, that tells us that we're entering Goth Brat?
I'm just seeing a rise of feminist content, meaning not just, I hate men and this and that. Women are expressing their experiences and their frustrations and their heartbreaks in a way that I don't think we've seen in quite some time. And it's become so cathartic for the rest of us that feel these things and haven't really had a place to express our rage about them. But you look at Rosalia, you look at Frankenstein and the response to that. You look at the response to Wicked and things like this. And I think that the patriarchy has been forcing us down for generations. And in the current political climate where we're being attacked now and being dragged back to have less rights than our own mothers had, I think we're seeing an artistic and cultural pushback against this, and I'm here for it on every level.
Me too. We're romanticizing ourselves. We're not romanticizing these men anymore. And we will romanticize you if you deserve it. That's what Goth Brat Winter's all about, right? We are bratty in the sense of, like, we're not giving in to the culture anymore of what is it called? Patriarchy. I don't even remember what it's called anymore because it's over, baby. Patriarchy's over. Bye.
And I think the most dangerous part of this, as they look at women as a sex politically, is that we're not going to settle. We'll just take care of it ourselves. And that's a dangerous place for a man to see women. Women have become very dangerous to the patriarchy because we don't have to settle to survive anymore.